Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a really great, not only video, but interview with a fairly well-known affiliate marketer in the space. I'm humbled by his presence because I know myself and some members of this community have been watching some of his content for years. He comes with a lot of experience. I know he's going to share a lot of value today and also talk about a project that he's been working on that I'm really excited about, that you guys have heard me talk about in the past couple weeks about a course. And hopefully you guys, and real quick here, I'm going to bring on Odi. And Odi, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Jamar? Good to see you. Good to see everyone.
Awesome, man. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come and chop it up, talk of digital marketing, affiliate marketing, and also talk about what you've been working on over the last year.
Of course.
For the people out there who may not know who you are, can you give them kind of a brief synopsis of how you got into affiliate marketing, how long you've been doing it, and all that good stuff?
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know who I am, I go by ODi Productions. It's actually my producer name. Back in the day, I used to produce beats on YouTube. And then I found out about affiliate marketing through the Amazon Associates program, which led to my first website, recordingnow.com. I reviewed headphones and I was able to scale that from 0 to 3,000 a month just from Amazon Associates. And that really just turned me on to affiliate marketing, online business. It's where I learned to, build my first website, how to sell my first digital products, whether it's through as an affiliate or even some of my own services. I used to do mixing and mastering online. Again, that music producer background. And basically, I fell in love with affiliate marketing, and then I pivoted to other niches such as software, specifically web hosting, which is where I really, really got the bulk of my affiliate earnings. And, ever since then, I was able to scale it to over 7 figures in affiliate commissions earned. It just changed my life, and pretty fortunate in terms of YouTube. Been able to get, build one of the biggest affiliate marketing channels on YouTube in terms of views,
for
probably maybe number one, somewhere around 37 million, but have slowed down in recent years in terms of uploading to focus on other projects. Again, the beauty of affiliate marketing is giving the resources so you can do things that you're passionate about, because it's not just about making money. You have to be able to, reinvest into other areas of your life. And for me, affiliate marketing was the one thing that really just opened my eyes to everything. And then it also gave me the life I have today and allows me to pursue projects which I'm really passionate about.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I know affiliate marketing for a lot of people is a great catalyst into in making like their first dollar online. I know for me, the first dollar I made online was like $4.95 with like a get response affiliate commission. And the first time I made that, I was like, holy cow, like I actually made money online, even though it wasn't a lot. It meant a lot to me that I knew that if I continued down the affiliate marketing path and building a YouTube channel, that that I would eventually start to see the success that I've been able to achieve over the last couple of years. A lot of people, they ask, is blogging dead? Do you think blogging is dead in 2022?
So, it's just interesting because when you think about what are the acquisition channels for a business, okay? For the biggest companies in the world, and I've been spending a lot of time in software. That's what I sold for, pretty much the majority of my affiliate marketing career after headphones. So when I got into software, you realize that the largest software companies in the world, the majority of them get their business through organic. Yes, they invest lots of money into paid ads and all the acquisition channels, but SEO and word of mouth and referrals is really how these companies grow and continue to grow. And, when you say blogging is dead, when I think of blogging and content marketing, I think of SEO.
Right.
SEO is the warmest customer you'll ever get. And I even, I was saying this back in the day with affiliate marketing. The warmest customer is the one looking for you, searching on Google, searching on YouTube, looking for your solution to their pain or problem.
Yeah,
So
I
to say
agree.
blogging is dead is just like you're totally writing off an acquisition channel that is going to be your best customers in terms of what are the warmest and what are probably the highest quality in terms of a lead. And then, at the end of the day, I mean, there's people who are usually in two camps. It's like you're all paid ads, you don't care about organic, you think it's slow, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's people who are all organic, they don't want to invest any money into paid ads. Why pay for traffic when I'm getting it for free thanks to Google, thanks to SEO? I've always been a hybrid right down the middle. And we'll probably talk about that more today when we get into, you know, scaling an affiliate marketing business. But you have to be, well, you don't have to, but I believe in a hybrid approach of both, you know, and I think that one feeds the other. I think if you invest money into paid ads, it's forcing eyeballs onto your website or your, you know, it could be your website, your YouTube channel, your content, but then the content itself is organic and that's what's going to make the sale. And so, yeah, everything's important. That's just the way I see, you know, I see business.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you. And I think today the affiliate marketers, they go after the short form content, right? So like
Yeah.
the viral content today is not like it was 5 years ago. Short form content has overtaken like all of social media with shorts, reels, TikTok,
Mhm.
and all of that. So is it a gold rush right now? Yeah, it's a gold rush right now. While TikTok continues to, you know, change their algorithm, you can still get a lot of eyeballs on yourself, your brand, and actually collecting. And this is the biggest thing: is collecting, building an email list really fast. And that requires constant filming every single day. If you don't show up and form and film that short form content, your traffic will start to die off. I know this because I haven't been posting for the last few months, and my traffic is pretty much uh, uh, from that traffic source has pretty much gone not to zero, but it's really died off a lot.
Mhm.
Now, I personally have a YouTube channel with over 11,000 subscribers, and the traffic that comes from my YouTube channel is SEO based, and it actually is sustained. Even though I only post a couple times a month, it actually it's the amount of leads that I get actually sustains. And I
Yep.
think it's the difference that people need to understand is that how to not only leverage short form content, but also long form content and text-based content inside of an affiliate blog, so that you can diversify all of your traffic sources and not be susceptible to, I call it like the sword of the of social media, where if they
Yep.
ban your account, you literally, like, all of your traffic goes to zero. So
Yeah.
yeah, and so when you were looking at scaling your blog, and this may be dating you a little bit in your journey. This probably goes
Mhm.
back to like 20. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2015 or 16,
Yeah,
somewhere
correct.
around there,
Yep.
where you were really starting to understand YouTube and how to leverage YouTube as a traffic source. Uh, How
Yeah.
how pivotal was that to actually scaling your blog?
Super important. Probably, you know, the biggest differentiator with my blog. And it's funny because people do ask me, you know, even today, they're like, you know, I have an idea, but I see that there's already so many of this type of blog, so many of this type of channel on YouTube, etc. And they're like, when you started, were you the first, you know, to do headphone reviews? And it's so funny because you look back then and it's like, far from being the first. Some of my
Right,
reviews
right.
were on headphones that were 2 years old at the time, like Beats Studio Wireless. I can still remember. And so, yeah, and then there were huge YouTubers that are still big today and huge today, like MK, BHD, your average consumer,
Yep.
you know, and they stuck to their niche, which is tech. And some of them only did headphones and they still do headphones today. It's funny because some people look at my YouTube channel history. It went from Beats to headphone reviews
Yep.
to to WordPress and web development to affiliate marketing and then to cars and all this stuff. And people are just like, this is one of the most probably eclectic, you know, collection of content and just journey. Cause you usually see people just do the same thing mostly, like from start to finish. You know, if you're a gaming YouTuber, you started with gaming and you kept doing gaming, you're still doing gaming today.
Right.
I think it's important to really adapt. And so for me, YouTube, see, I wasn't the first to start doing my content via video and via written. But to be honest, like one of the few, like if you look at all the people who did, like, let's say a Venn diagram of headphone reviewers on YouTube and then headphone reviewers that are only a blog, you know, there was few people who crossed the chasm and was in the middle of that Venn diagram who did both. And again, you know, you need to know my philosophy is like, if it's like leave no stone unturned. If you can do everything, be everywhere. So I did both and it worked. You know, it really, really did work. I
Yeah,
took the same strategy. I took it to, you know, web development, WordPress, and I just rinse and repeated this strategy. And now, obviously, today it is going to be more saturated than back then, but still, it's no excuse because when I started, I was far from being the first person to come up with doing
sure.
video and doing blogs and
Yeah.
SEO.
Yeah. And I think people, they underestimate the power of combining social media today, whether it be short form content from TikTok over to a blog, and having a blog that's focused on long tail keywords and things like that. People feel, and I've talked to a lot of people in the last month or two when I told them, I'm like, hey, I'm building a course about blogging, right? And that's why I asked you that question, is blogging dead? Because a lot of people think that it's just this, it's a traffic source that isn't as fruitful as maybe getting, you know, that organic traffic from TikTok. I think today there is an equal amount of opportunity, not only to leverage traffic like from YouTube to a blog, but to use short form content and get those
Mhm.
quick eyeballs to a blog. I think that strategy in itself is a way that you can compete from the people, like you said, who maybe who just do SEO and just have a blog, and whatever niche that you're deciding that you might go into in the future, if you're interested in starting a blog. I think leveraging other forms of social media will give you a little bit of a competitive advantage in just getting more eyeballs onto your, because on page SEO, and we'll talk about off page SEO as well when we talk about your project that you've been working on. But on page SEO, it's going to help if you have a lot of visitors coming to your site, right? So it's going to help you rank if you have a bunch of people that are watching maybe a YouTube video that's doing well, and you're getting a lot of clicks to your link in your description, and people are going over and spending time on your affiliate blog page. You're going to get better rankings. Google's going to see all those visitors and that dwell time and everything, and they're going to be like, okay, this page is getting a lot of traffic. They must be doing something right. We should probably place this page a lot higher than some of these other blog pages. Um,
Yeah. I'll say with short form and well, just the newer content, you know, sort of mediums and platforms, you generally get rewarded for being brave or courageous when trying out these new things. Because think about it from Instagram's perspective, or, you know, let's say Instagram. So when they did, I don't know if it's Instagram Reels, and then it's YouTube. Is it YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels?
yeah,
So when the department inside YouTube or one of these companies is like, we're going to introduce this feature, which is basically going to be like TikTok. It's going to be a competitor to TikTok short form content. They're trying to get adoption. They're trying to get the numbers and the metrics up within the company, you know, and they want to prove that, hey, you know, we're getting market share from TikTok, this and that. So the creators who create this content, whether it's via shorts, reels, the algorithm is going to push this content to kind of meet those quota that they kind of set
yeah,
as a company. But even just, you know, thinking about the people who are willing to try and experiment with like the newest things, they're generally the ones who are going to, you know, they're going to reap the most benefits, because not as many people have a TikTok as, let's say, people who are doing YouTube, you know, because YouTube by now there's so many channels, but then
right.
like TikTok was like the newer thing and there wasn't as many people. So the people who were there, you know, earlier first, and they basically, you know, get the majority of the success and will continue to get, you know, the majority of the success because they have such a head start.
Yeah, I think having a head start matters. I jumped on to TikTok in really early 2020. Was able to leverage a lot of the virality since the algorithm was a little bit different. I wish that I had a branded blog and a separate affiliate blog back then that I could have pushed a lot of my traffic to. But then again, I struggled with WordPress, and we've had this conversation before.
Hmm.
You worked with WordPress for many years. You know the heartache and the pain of WordPress, and so that allowed you. Oh, I might have cut out here for a second.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll see if I can get myself back. But
Yeah, I
that
can hear you.
that
Oh, there you go.
allowed you to kind of dig in and kind of figure out how can you ultimately what affiliate marketers do and digital marketers is we want to connect people who have problems and then try and find a solution for their problem. So when it comes to building websites and affiliate blogs and things like that, you know firsthand the struggle that you went through and the struggle that other people, as you've tried to teach other people how to do some of these types of methods, you knew kind of what pain point you wanted to solve. So let's jump right in and talk about your software, what you've created, why it's going to be market changing, and why it's going to be really beneficial for people like me who hate WordPress.
Yeah. All right. So, Jamar, as you know, we've had conversations for hours on this topic. And
Yeah.
so, just to summarize again, my background, I helped over 7,000 people build a WordPress website, their first website ever. And that's 7,000 through affiliate commission that I can verify. But, like, probably if we were to guess, because these videos have like millions of views, maybe tens of thousands, possibly. But maybe I just didn't get the commission for all of them. With that being said, throughout those years of teaching WordPress, and in many cases, not just teaching basic WordPress, how to set up a WordPress website or a blog or for, a business website, but also affiliate marketers, teaching affiliate marketers how to build an affiliate website the way that I did, the way that I was able to get success, which is so crucial to have that, have that hub that you own, because you own your website, you own your email list. No one can ban you from these things. And these are things that you have a direct communication channel with your potential leads or customers.
Yeah.
Now,
I think they call that digital real estate, right? Everyone
Okay,
kind
that's
of throws
perfect.
that coin around,
Yeah.
but ultimately you are building an asset that you can exit from, you could sell,
Mhm.
right? And I know people can sell, social media profiles also, but it is way more profitable if you have a successful blog, affiliate blog running with with all of your analytics and data and everything captured and, proven affiliate commissions that you're making where you can exit five figures and a lot of people exit six figures from affiliate blogs. I just wanted to throw that in there. They
Yep.
throw the word digital real estate around, but really having a domain, and a true website is extremely powerful.
Yeah, and I agree with that digital real estate analogy. Like, domains is how I think about it. Like, when you buy a really good domain and you're sitting on that, you own that, and it's, even the domain alone is worth money, but a brand is worth so much more money. Obviously, if
Yeah.
you're able to scale an affiliate website, like you said, and if it's a brand where it's separate from your personal, like, your personal website, then you can exit, you can sell it to someone, and you can flip those businesses. And it's just really interesting. But with that said, my background with WordPress, I used to make these tutorials, and you can look at them on my channel, like millions of views. And it's funny because I would receive comments all day, and I was doing tech support like all day for free, basically not for free because, if it wasn't for the affiliate commission, I don't know how much
Yeah.
patience I would have, dealing with all these comments. But I always prided myself on helping people out. And so my job became basically like tech support. But then, throughout the years, I was just like, you know what? People, there's nothing wrong with WordPress. It's because these people don't have the knowledge. It's because they haven't watched enough YouTube tutorials. Maybe I need to make more tutorials. But I'm telling you, when I was making those videos, I stopped after like a year because I was just so burned out from the content. It was so dry. It was so boring. And also at the end of the day, it wasn't really moving the needle. Like, I can make a new
Right.
tutorial, but it's going to basically look like the first one I ever made, because WordPress, it hasn't changed, that much. Certain little things have changed, but over the course of the time I've been using WordPress, probably pushing 10 years, it's been largely the same platform, better or worse. In my opinion, it's just gone kind of worse. But that basically brings us to 2022. There's so many exciting technologies. Some of them, this is gonna get a little more technical, but like Jamstack and serverless, and just being excited by all this powerful web development innovation that's been happening, static site generators, etc. Basically, looking at WordPress is like this dinosaur. And
Yeah.
the problem is I knew I seeing all these comments, there's so many pains and problems that normal, again, I want to preface this, non-technical beginners. If you love WordPress, you're a developer, I'm not telling you to stop using WordPress. Go, by all means, keep using what you like using. But for a business owner, you have a million things to do every day. You know, you're wearing all these hats, especially if you're a solopreneur. I've been there. But like, you're wearing all these hats and you have to do business and revenue generating activities that only you can do. There's a lot of people who can do, you know, you can hire people for web development. You can hire people for web design. And I believe after seeing all these websites that people created, most people are not web developers or designers. So do not waste your time doing web development and web design if you don't have to. Now, the problem is there's no way to do this before except for doing it yourself or hiring a freelancer. And the freelancers hit or miss. Some of them, they're all right. But to be honest with you, like, you're either going to pay a lot of money for something decent or you're going to pay a little bit on Fiverr and then get something that, you know, let's just be honest, is not really up to snuff. Right. So
it's garbage. It's
yeah, I did want to,
lost
you know,
hundreds of dollars trying to get somebody to build a blog for me, and it never turned out the way that I wanted it to.
I've heard that story a million times. It breaks my heart when I hear people spending thousands on a WordPress site, and and it's not even good. You know, the end result's not even like, the performance isn't there. It's not set up correctly. You know, I could go on that for hours.
And if you don't set it up yourself, how are you going to get in there and make changes and post, you know, and post blogs, right? And if you don't build a WordPress blog yourself, you are lost.
You won't learn how to, you didn't learn how to use it, and you're going to have to use it day to day. So either way, it's kind of like, it's a tough proposition. So basically, let's just fast forward to basically last year. I came to this realization that, you know, at the end of the day, the problem is the platform, to be honest, because I've used a lot of software. Okay. I sold a lot of software. I've used a lot of software. You know, I live and breathe this stuff, and WordPress is not innovating. It's not advancing at a pace that's where it's ever going to be super user friendly, because it's open source, because it's so versatile. It pleases so many different use cases that it's not excellent at one specific use case. Like, let's say affiliate marketing websites. Can you make a great affiliate marketing website on WordPress? Yes. How much time, energy, and expertise do you have to know or have to do that? I would argue you need to know quite a bit. You need to have maybe spent at least, you know, 6 months to a year with WordPress to get to the level where you even learn. Do you even know what Google Core Web Vitals is? And do you know how to improve it on your own WordPress website? See, like, these are things that, like, you don't even know what you don't know. But then even then, it's like, again, as a business owner, for you to be wrestling with your website, and for you to not actually be creating content and getting sales and getting email marketing, you know, opt-ins, like, you're wasting your time, to be honest. So just to, you know, sum up my background, that's how I know that this is a pain in the market. And it's something that, listen, I was fine with WordPress. I wasn't having the same problems that these people in the comments were having and the people I was helping out, right? But over time, I got sick of the platform because it was just like, I had to maintain every single one of my affiliate websites, and the plugins were always broken and incompatible. You know, there's different versions of, you know, the PHP, etc. And there was always like issues. Like, sometimes sites would brick themselves. I didn't have many, but I had at least one that was enough for me to be like, wow, like, you know, this is just ridiculous, you know? So you know, I could go on and on, but just to fast forward, I've been super fortunate that basically came up with this idea to start from first principles. And this idea that, do people need another website builder? And the answer was no. We don't need another website builder. There's plenty of them. There's WordPress, there's Squarespace, Wix, Weebly, you know, there's a ton. What people need, at least business owners, and again, I'm not saying like this is for everybody, I'm saying this is for business owners who have a million things to do. You don't need a website builder. You need a website built. There's a big difference between these two things, between something finished and something that's like, oh, I'm working on my website for 6 months and you never see any progress on that. You know what I mean? I've seen so many WordPress sites that are like in that graveyard of just like, coming soon, never does, you know? So to explain the platform, so we're in beta and we launched this a few months ago. The platform today is called Wizard, wizrd.org. It's meant to be a simpler, faster WordPress alternative that's really focused on results. It's focused on SEO. It's focused on simplicity and being the easiest thing to set up. You can set up a site in seconds, and that site is going to have perfect Google Core Web Vitals, and we're just working on the performance, and it's not done yet. But even the performance today, our customers are seeing fully loaded times on GT metrics of less than 1 second, which is just out of the box too. You didn't have to do any plugins, no caching plugins. You didn't have to set up any sort of CDNs. We use AWS for our cloud hosting, and we use CloudFront their CDNs, which means your site is going to be fast everywhere, and it's just going to be fast out of the box.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So I think it's important for people to understand, like, people who have a general idea, they understand to have a website, you need to have a domain and you need to have hosting. Well, one of the things I love about Wizard is that you don't have to deal with hosting at all. All you have to do is go to Namecheap, buy a domain and connect it to Wizard, and literally, like, you're done. You can do it in like 2 minutes. You could buy it, connect it, and it's pretty much done. It's so seamless. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I love how quickly it is that you can have a website and a domain. You take the two together and it's up and running in literally minutes. So
thank you, Jabbar. Yeah. So basically, that background with WordPress, like throughout that whole time, I always had ideas for like, oh, it would be nice if it did this, if it did that. And then also the plugins, like I don't control what these plugin developers add or do not add to their plugins. Like let's say it's an email opt-in plugin. I have no say. I can give feedback and then maybe they'll work on it, maybe they won't. With actually being able to have a hand in helping build this platform, I can actually, like for affiliate marketers specifically, I can be like, we're going to need X, Y, and Z. We're going to need this integration, that integration, and this is how the workflow should be. So it's the most efficient possible. Like you can get the most work done possible. So like that's something you just can't do with like a platform that just serves so many use cases. But then when you're so hyper focused, it's a lot easier because you don't need as many features. And it's ironic. With WordPress. See, I don't mean to bash because again, my background is with WordPress. I probably contributed so much to WordPress in terms of thousands of, people using the platform. But then like seeing all the pains and the issues they were having, it kind of makes me look back and I'm like, oh man, it's tough that people had to go through all that. But it's funny, it's ironic because, the power with WordPress is all the plugins, but then like, what does every WordPress expert tell you to do? Don't use a lot of plugins. Only use a few ones so you don't blow up your website. And it's going to, you're not going to have any security holes if you have any of these inactive plugins. And it's just funny because, to be honest, with other platforms, I mean, you could just build those plugins. Like, it doesn't have to have thousands and thousands and thousands of plugins if your website only uses, let's say, 10 or even like 6 or 7, which is how many mine use. So if that's the case, then you essentially just need something that can get the job done. And for an affiliate website, I think about, you need content, you need your SEO structure, you need automated sitemaps for Google, to crawl your website correctly. You need some sort of like SEO on page, like Yoast, like a plugin checklist. I mean, a SEO checklist. You don't need much. You need email marketing integrations maybe, and then like an email pop-up feature. See, all these things are in the works, or we've made the core product, but then these things are in the works, coming soon. So yeah, I mean, that's the difference, between something that's like made for one use case versus something that's made for every use case under the sun.
Yeah, I think, and we've had conversations at length about this, about just what do we actually need, right? Because there's 1,000 plugins, but we don't need 1,000 plugins. We just need very specific tools, especially for an affiliate blog, to be able to capture emails, right? To be able to rank, right? So we need that on-page SEO. We need the back end to be fast. We need this thing to load quickly because page load speeds matter with affiliate marketers, because we only have seconds. Once we pull them from one site, maybe from TikTok or YouTube, and we place them on our site, we can't wait for our site to load in 5, 6, 7 seconds.
They're
right?
gone.
They're long because gone. They're already the bounce rate is. I'm sure you've already got all the statistics, like in your brain from like if it goes past 4 or 5 seconds, you've already lost like 80 or 90% of your traffic, right? So So having that extremely fast page load speed combined with the efficiency and the simplicity of being able to build these websites as a I know for me as an affiliate marketer, there are a lot of other things, including content creation, that I use to generate traffic. So the last thing I want to do is spend hours and hours and hours on a website,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
just want to put words inside my blog that's going to be value for my audience, and it's going to get crawled by Google and it's going to rank. That's
Yeah.
that's
That's it.
basically all I really needed to do. I don't need it to have bells, whistles, 50 different plugins. I don't need it to do all of that. As an affiliate
And
marketer, if you're running paid ads to your blog, you need it to be fast and you need it to be efficient, right? So,
we talked about Wikipedia and how when Google crawls your website and they see your website, they only see your content. They don't see all the pretty little, CSS and design. They just see your H1, your H2, your meta title, your meta description. They really just, when you break it down to what's important, content is the most important. And I love, you brought up Wikipedia. Obviously huge, domain rating and history and everything. But you look at Wikipedia, it obviously isn't, one of the most popular websites for its design or for its beauty, but for its functionality.
right. Yeah, it's in the eyes of Google, it's the perfect
Hmm.
HTML, right? It's the
The
perfect code.
structure. Yeah,
The
the
structure of
schema.
it is yeah, the schema is literally exactly what Google's looking for. That's why it ranks. So if you can post content on your blog that looks like that, then it doesn't matter how pretty it is. If it's simple and it's efficient, it just works. That's just the flat out facts about it. So somebody asked a question saying, how comparable is Wizard to Result Flow, ready-made WordPress for business owners? I don't know if you're familiar with Result Flow.
So I'm not familiar with result flow, but I do want to make this. I have an interesting comparison. When we first thought of, building this, it was going to be built on WordPress. I was like, why reinvent the wheel?
Right.
Like, because why? It's a crazy idea, to be honest, to try and create like a competing platform. Although you would argue, like Shopify, for example, don't know the current market cap, probably 200 billion or so, and essentially, you could argue that's a simpler version of like WooCommerce and WordPress. And look how successful that is. And I have so
Right.
many more examples like that. But with that being said, the first iteration of what's the Wizard beta today was actually going to be built on WordPress. It was going to be a souped up version of WordPress. It was going to have all the ready made plugins. It was going to have everything configured. It was going to have the perfect theme, whether it was a drag and drop builder or like an actual theme. It was going to have all that built in. And I thought of it as being like, WordPress on steroids. Now, when I did build this, it ended up that it was not 10x better. It was maybe 20%, 10 or 20% better. At the end of the day, if you still have to deal with WordPress, you still have to do maintenance. And even if you have a
Yeah.
plugin updater, the problem is like you still have to deal with using WordPress every day. And if you don't love spending time there, which I didn't because, the UI and everything was just like, to me, just like, I hated looking at it every single day. But if you still have to learn how to use WordPress, you still have to maintain your WordPress plugins, etc. It's the problem is the platform itself at the very core is that it's not user friendly enough for non-technical people. Even if you could give them a souped up version, they still don't really know what to do with it. You still have to train them on how to use it. And I want to like kind of put an end to all that tutorial stuff because I hated making those tutorials. Like
Yeah.
it's the driest content ever. Yes, it made money, but it was just like I hated it. And also people didn't enjoy watching them. It wasn't like, these now my tutorials were faster. They were like 20 minutes, which is pretty good. Some
Yeah.
tutorials, Jamar, are maybe like what, 5 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours.
I would say on average 2 hours, but there's
Mhm.
tutorials on YouTube that are 5 to 7 hours long.
Look, people don't enjoy watching 2 3 hour tutorials. Like,
They don't.
so it was just like a lose-lose. It was like I'm making more content to try and make up for the platform's weaknesses or flaws, right? But then
Right.
people, the only way they're getting this, and the thing is with every WordPress user, every single one must learn what is the optimal stack of like plugins. And what must I do on every WordPress website? I must do a security plugin. I must do a caching plugin. I should probably look into some CDN, Cloudflare, StackPath, et cetera, et cetera. I need a contact form plugin. I need an SEO plugin. It's like every single user has to start from scratch. Why? If I know, like, if I have all these years of experience, can I just give it to someone? Because like that would be so much better. You know what I mean? Because like I wish I could just give everything I knew to someone. But even then, like the example you brought up, if I gave that configured WordPress, you still don't know how to use WordPress. I've had people who
Exactly.
literally on day one were like, what's the difference between a page and a post? And then it's like, if that's what we're dealing with, we've got so much work to do.
We got a long ways to go, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's somebody in the question in the comment section said I stopped building my WordPress site because of the tutorials and trying to patch it all together. That is probably the most common issue when it comes to building a website.
Yeah.
I think most of my audience inside my Facebook group and on YouTube knows now that there's a difference between a funnel and a website, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both do very specific things. And having a website, I think for people getting into affiliate marketing is so daunting that they'd rather just build funnels and build funnels and build funnels,
Yeah.
never build that true digital real estate that you can get with a more traditional website. So with Wizard, with all of the, I know there's things that are around the corner. We're about to have, you're going to have an active campaign integration as the first email autoresponder integration, which is awesome because I use active campaign. There are a few more things if you want to touch on things that you're going to be adding here in the not so distant future to Wizard. Wizard is already it is already a working site, and I'm going to talk about my course here in just a second, but I just want to let you answer that.
Yeah, Joe, I just want to comment, on when you said you quit, you stopped building the WordPress site because of tutorials and trying to patch it all together. Patch it all together is like it's the perfect way to describe what most WordPress sites are. There are these plugins, which again, they're made by independent, third-party developers. They don't talk to each other. When you pull all these plugins together that don't talk to each other, the problem is incompatibility issues, whether it's with layout, whether it's with formatting, whether it's with, again, just data. Like you'd have to, you need some sort of integrations and stuff. But when a platform is kind of all in one included, it doesn't need to have all those issues with compatibility. And at the end of the day, it is just patching together a bunch of independent plugins that may or may not work or play nice together. And then you throw in the theme. Maybe not every theme works with every single one of your plugins. I mean, it is just a mess. Like what you said, I've heard probably hundreds, if not thousands of times, like throughout on these tutorials, through helping people like one-on-one, through emails, through messages. I've seen that problem. You're not alone. That's all I want to say. Now, regarding the platform, we have so many exciting things. I don't have in front of me our product feature like backlog, but we have, there's like 60 features that are in line. Some of them are integrations, like Jamar said. So if you do email, we're working on, email integrations with ActiveCampaign, Aweber, MailChimp, SendFox, whatever, you name it. We're working on it. If you have one that, you can suggest it to us. We'll add it to the list. We have an email pop-up overlay that is coming soon that we've designed. It's pretty cool. It's perfect for email marketers and for, affiliate marketing websites, which is I use. So with WordPress, I use an email pop-up plugin, and doesn't need to be anything crazy, but it just needs to work. Kartra, I just saw the comment. Yeah, we could do Kartra. I can let me write that down real quick. So we can do that. So we have that. We have a lot. We're going to have an on-page SEO checklist. We're designing and we're working on. I'm kind of blanking. Again, we have a ton, so I wasn't ready.
Yeah, and I think you might have highlighted this. All of the things that you're adding to the software natively, so that the user is not going to have to go and update these particular tools and features that are getting added to it. It'll be native. You won't have to as a business owner, the last thing you want to do is have to worry about updating a plugin, right? So all of these additions and features and things that are going to be added throughout 2022 will be native to the actual software. So
yeah, yeah. One more feature maybe that I'll reveal that's kind of cool. I told Jamar about this last time we spoke, but we're working on, so for, if you search up reviews for products, sometimes you will see in the search results an actual rating, like 4 out of 5, 8.5 out of 10, you know. We're working on getting that schema essentially for product reviews. And so your posts, if it's a product review, which all my affiliate websites were product reviews, like for the headphones, for example, now your review, whether it's 4 out of 5 stars, 8 out of 10, you know, stars or whatever you want to call it, that will show up on the Google search results, which is another thing that gives you a leg up on search, because Google wants to show rich content, right? Rich snippets, etc. So that's all handled in the schema. Again, to do that on a WordPress site, you probably need a plugin, and then maybe the plugin works, maybe it doesn't. I've tried a few of them, and you know, again, it's hit or miss. But if it's just built into the platform as a feature and it's native, then you don't have to worry about compatibility issues. It's just going to work out of the gate, and we're going to make it super simple. Like, you literally would just click a button and be like, okay, I'm going to do, you know, 4 out of 5 stars or 4.5 out of 5, and then you just insert it, and then boom, and then Google schemas, it's just going to be included into your HTML, and then Google is going to have no problem reading that.
awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to transition really quickly into, so I've been kind of slow leaking inside this Facebook group and to a few other people through Messenger that I have been in the works the last couple of months of building out an affiliate marketing course, but it's really, it's called the Simple Blog Method. Now, the course in itself is long. It's really detailed though. The simple portion of it, I owe all to Wizard. Okay. That's the reason why I called it the Simple Blog Method, is because the whole tech portion literally stops 99% of people in their tracks when they want to build a website. And if they want to build an affiliate website, and they want to get SEO traffic, Wizard solves that problem. So I created my entire course around Odi's software, Wizard. So I'm actually launching into beta this weekend. I'm probably going to have 10 people. I don't want to have too many people, and I don't want to have too few people. But this weekend, if anybody is interested in the beta, I can only take in maybe like 10 people. So let me know in the comment section below this video if you're on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube. Let me know in the description if you're interested. Again, the beta is going to start this weekend. I got a bunch of videos I still have to upload to the members area, but I want to start getting people in, and I want to start getting people using the software. That being said, if you're going to be a beta, you're gonna have to be able to afford. It's like roughly $50 a month, because I believe your software, Odi, is a 7-day free trial.
14-day free trial, no credit card required.
No credit card required, 14-day free trial. After that, I think it's about $30 or less, depending on whether you do a monthly or an annual subscription. So
we start roughly around 24 per month for the annual plan. And just to, you know, give some clarity onto the pricing, this is equivalent to like a managed WordPress hosting. Like, let's say, for example, WP Engine or Kinsta, and I've used managed WordPress hosting, like what I've mentioned. And if I were like, I'm trying to be, you know, obviously I'm biased, but I'm trying to be as objective as possible. The overall package is worth way more than just the hosting, because they may use, let's say, Google Cloud Platform or AWS, like we use AWS, but you know, that's just hosting. You're still using WordPress with them, and it's like
Right.
Not much has changed, and that's starting at $29 a month minimum. So in terms of the value, we feel very confident. We as we speak, we have paying customers who just absolutely love the product. I definitely want to try and add, oh, like Jamar, for example.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
so awesome. That's amazing. So
Yeah. And I need people to understand that to start a website, an affiliate blog, you're going to need at least, you know, $25 for the software. And then you're going to need some type of keyword research tool. That's kind of like it's a must have. In my course, I have it all multiple different ones. I recommend one, but again, if you guys already are using a particular one, for maybe making YouTube videos, or you might be doing it for other types of keyword research. Maybe you already have an existing website that maybe you would want to create a new one on Wizard. So you already have a keyword research tool. That's fine. That's fine as well. Whichever one you're most comfortable with, but you're going to need at a minimum those two. And I think, Odi, did you talk about the current email feature? Because you can collect email right now, but it gets sent. To, you can have like an Excel spreadsheet created for you, and then you would have to take it and place it onto an autoresponder. But again, these features are going to be it's in the works right now, where it's just going to be Active Campaign and all these other different email autoresponder integrations, where with it'll be integrated where it'll send the emails off to whichever platform.
Yeah, and to the list you choose. So yeah, with the email, so we started to focus first off, really on the blogging, because there's blogging, then there's email. So like with the blogging, we made sure we got that, down pat, where your blog post, the structure, the HTML, the sitemap generation, everything is just, pretty much perfect, but we're still working on it every week. And that's the cool thing, is that we are working on all that boring technical SEO and performance, which honestly, we're staying up to date on the Google search developer blog. We're staying up to date on Twitter for all the SEO thought leadership. And whatever we learn, we apply to the platform instantly. And you're not going to really see any of this. We'll tell you about it, but you're not going to have to click update and update your plugins every day like I used to do and waste so much time doing. And the thing is, we are working for you. See, we're working on the platform and on your website while you're asleep. Whereas you can just focus on content, which is the beautiful part about all of this. And when it comes to the email,
what matters. Content matters.
I have to agree. And when it comes to the email, so this is something we finally have enough time to finally, start building out more. But we're going to work on email overlay, email integrations, where you would simply just connect your email marketing account, and then you just choose the list you want to send those emails to. Right now, all emails and opt-ins are saved to a simple CSV you can export to any email marketing software you use now. But we want this to be automated. We want you to be able to just collect emails on your website, send it to Kartra or to Aweber, Active Campaign, SendFox. We'd love to have that just magically pop up and just make your life a lot easier.
Awesome. Yeah, I personally have been playing around with just the first version of the email, and yeah, it's just a click of a button and it generates the CSV file, and off you go. You can take it and drag it into your email autoresponder, whichever one you use. For the people who are interested in the course is launching in a few weeks. For the beta, you're going to need to, it's long. I'm not sugarcoating this, because it's a full affiliate marketing course. And it's funny because there's only like 4 videos on the setup of Wizard. There's only 4 videos, but there's 14 videos on like keyword research. There's another probably 15 videos on driving traffic from other platforms and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? Like the actual setup of the website is only 4 videos. It's like less than 30 minutes, and it's an overview. I show you how everything works. It's 30 minutes and your website's up and running with a fresh domain.
Imagine if you had to do WordPress. I cringe at the thought of like you having to make the WordPress tutorials for this. It would probably be, it'd probably take a few hours.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And so I need people to understand that, especially the beta students, you're going to be required to actually go through the course. That's going to be like my number one when I talk to you guys, whoever I bring in. You actually have to go through my course. This isn't going to be like, you're just going to go through, 10% of it and just try to wing it. No, I need you to go through my course, because I need that. That feedback is really important for me, so that I can fine tune things and add and take away things that aren't relevant to getting you to move forward and ultimately getting organic impressions and organic traffic, SEO, long tail keywords, ranking, page 1 and page 2. What really matters is getting people to your blog. Okay. So that's what I need people to understand is that there's over probably 15, 20 hours worth of content in this course because it is extensive, but the portions that really matter, I need you to really go through and not just kind of like dabble. But I'm going off on a tangent here. But as a course creator, Odi, you've created numerous courses. You know firsthand that a lot of people will start and never finish, or they'll purchase something and they just won't ever go through the course. So I tried to make this a comprehensive course, but like what the web, the keyword research, and the actual design of, or the setting up of Wizard is like the first 2 or 3 modules in the course, because that's really what matters. The traffic, the organic traffic, and all those other things are things that you can work on after you learn how to do proper keyword research, after you learn how to write and structure a blog, after you learn how to, maybe if you want to hire out a writer, and I provide templates and things like that inside the course. But the course is specifically designed around Wizard, period. It utilizes it. I don't talk about anything else. I have some other softwares and stuff that I talk about, but they're not necessary. So Wizard, and when it comes to actually building the website, I'm proud to say that this course is built on top of Wizard. That being said, Odi has been kind enough to be able to offer to me and my audience, right, a 20% discount on Wizard. So for the beta students, if you guys want to hold off, he doesn't have the code for me quite yet. When he gets me the code, I can get you guys that discount. And correct me if I'm wrong, Odi, it's 20% off the monthly. Like if they go on a monthly plan, it's 20% off for as long as they use. It's not just like a one-time thing. Like the first month they'll get 20% off. Like they would get 20% off for the life.
Yeah. So we want to, Jamar has been so awesome. And you guys who are following Jamar, you guys are so lucky, honestly. Here's a guy who lives and breathes. And I've talked to this guy off camera for hours and hours and hours. And this guy lives and breathes.
Maybe a little too many hours.
Maybe a little bit, but
yeah.
Super passionate and someone who just is an amazing instructor and amazing motivator. And so what we'd love to do is we'd love to give a 20% off lifetime. You'll be grandfathered in. Right now, we have customers who are, paying the full price and are just super happy about it. But like Jamar's actually paying, full price. Yeah. He didn't get a discount. But, with that said, we are still in beta. We're adding features and people are paying full price today for what the product is today. But I'm telling you, the features that are coming soon, I'm saying in like the next month or two, they're adding so much more value to the platform, and it's going to continue to update and add value. And you're just going to be grandfathered into that. So we'd love to give a 20% off coupon. It applies to either the current annual price, which is 2 months free. So it'd be an additional 20% off on top of that. Or the monthly, which is $29 per month. So it'd be 20% off that. And it would be locked in. You'd be locked in at that price. It's essentially our beta pricing. We're planning to raise it once we add all these integrations and add all these features, because I don't want to reveal too much. That's one thing that I don't want to reveal too much about our product roadmap, because we got some really exciting things. And to be honest, we do have people who are kind of seeing what we're doing. But basically, we will be adding more features that where, let's say you did want to make something like a landing page, that would be just as quick as making a blog in Wizard, which Jamar knows the experience with creating a full blog with content. If you want to whip up a quick landing page, or, even, I don't want to say funnel, but just think of a landing page, right? You're collecting emails. You can, maybe you have custom fields.
Simple landing pages work.
Yep.
I mean, sometimes the most simple of a landing page is literally what converts the highest. And I've done, there's a number of marketers inside my Facebook group. They know this as well. Simple matters. The Wizard is simple. It's probably going to have a simple capture page. And that's literally all you need to capture emails. And Odi and I have talked about this in length, because there is no landing page on the platform now. So you would have to use, if you were driving traffic, say from TikTok, if you use Kartra or ClickFunnels or Builderall, it doesn't matter what you use, you would need to stick a little landing page in there to kind of capture the emails before they go over to consume your content on on your Wizard blog. So, but that being said, you're going to have something, there's something in the works, it's coming.
Yep.
So you can use what you have now. And then if you want to transition over, you could keep what you have in place. Or if you want to transition over to using a simple capture page from Wizard, then they're going to have that ability as well.
Yeah, we're obsessed with two things. One being the simplest, two being the fastest, or just one of the most performant and results oriented platforms. I've used other of those, landing page stuff, and their performance leaves a lot to be desired. And again, if your page takes 6 seconds to load, the difference between 1 second load time to 6 second load time, and this is verified through a Google research study, it's somewhere around a 90 to 160% increase in bounce rate. So, just seeing those facts and figures, that's how we operate in terms of, as a company, what's leading the product development. And, just to break things down again, like we use AWS because there was a case study where AWS websites, and they were using WordPress as a control, but all these WordPress websites, AWS versus shared web hosting, they were ranking higher than the shared web hosts. And not only do we use the same ingredients, I think of it like making, a really nice, dish like a pizza or something. We use the best ingredients available in the world, and we put them all together, and make sure that it's, everything's in harmony. So that explains a little bit more about like the philosophy, like design wise, of the decisions we make. But yeah, so when it comes to landing pages, your landing page needs to load like in a second or half a second. People just don't have time to wait for your page with all this like crazy extra stuff to load. And if it takes 10 seconds because you have a 2 megabyte, image in the background or a video playing or something, again, simplicity, I've learned throughout my career, simplicity honestly is the best way to go about things. It gets the job done.
Yeah. And if you have all the bells and whistles on a web page, right, you want people to focus on what matters most, which is the content on the page. Simple can work. It works for blogs. It works for landing pages. Simple funnels people have made millions of dollars through the simplest of funnels, right? And people tend to overcomplicate a lot of these different things, and they over test. And I am a huge proponent of testing, but again, when you keep things really, really simple, it allows you to test the simple things that matter. And when you're able to do that, you're able to increase your conversions and increase increase the likelihood that you're going to capture a lead, and increase the likelihood that you're going to get people to click, off of your website over to whatever product you're promoting or service you're promoting.
And Jamar, you said the other day that some of the first results on Google are some of just like the ugliest websites, or just the, some of the oldest looking websites, or just the worst, design.
Yeah. Even, I mean, whether I was looking at affiliate marketing websites, I was looking at general websites in like the health and wellness niche. And then I was looking on websites on like environmentally friendly products and things like that. And as I was going in, and I'm like a nerd when it comes to marketing, I click into like all the way down, I'll enter a keyword and I'll go into all the different websites for a particular keyword to see what their websites look like. Like, what does it look like? Is it simple? Is it, is it fancy? I'll kind of look in the back end, like I'll page source, I'll look and see like, oh, are they tracking? Are they not tracking? Like like, what are some of the elements that they are putting on the page that are allowing them, looking at their header tag, the heading tag and all that stuff. And you'd be surprised, the simplest, driest web pages rank the best. I'm serious. Like when you go through, and all of you guys can do this at home, choose keywords, random keywords and random niches, start looking at the web pages. And I'm talking about, go outside of health, wealth, and relationships. Okay. Go outside, pick a random niche, and then start kind of like burrowing in a little bit and looking at the websites that are actually ranking. You'll be shocked. Trust me. I spent hours months ago doing this because I was just fascinated with different designs of websites. And I realized that Wizard and having a simple website, it matters. It just needs to be fast and simple. Like that's pretty much it. Awesome. Is there anything you want to say, Odi, before we kind of, I really appreciate the time you spent an hour hanging out with me, providing them, my audience, with some value, and also they'll be able to, I'm super excited for them, not only to check out my course in the future, but also to check out Wizard, because I think Wizard is going to give tons of people in 2022 the potential of generating long sustainable SEO traffic, right? Not traffic where, you know, we got to sit here on our phone and make 4 TikToks per day. I'm talking about posting one piece of content, getting it to rank, and then getting traffic to it for months and years into the future. And that's the game changing website that I want for everybody. Is even if you had, you know, one website making you $500 a month, but that $500 a month for most people, they could post, you know, 20 to 30 articles and kind of walk away from it, as long as they have keywords that are ranking. And I think that, and also, and I don't know if we talked about this in the beginning about the pace of blogging. The pace of blogging, I kind of equate it to building a YouTube channel. Very few YouTube channels skyrocket from the very beginning. Most YouTube channels, it's a slow burn. And then as they build more and more subscribers and they start ranking for specific keywords in their niche, they finally start to, and maybe they have 1 or 2 videos that kind of accelerates their growth. I kind of think of it the same way as a blog. It's very slow to start. Your pages need to get indexed. You talked about the sitemaps being, you know, a part of Wizard. So your content is going to get crawled quickly as soon as you upload your sitemap to Google Search Console. You can leverage the features of Wizard, the simplicity of it, to put content in on the web literally as fast as possible, because the sooner you get it there, it can take 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. You may need to tweak things. You can drive traffic to it. Then it will start to rank. Once you get on page 1, it starts to kind of go on autopilot. But for some people, it can take 3 months. For some people, it can take 6 months or even a year of testing, of going after different keywords. And I want people to understand that, like, when building a digital asset, you got to have patience. Patience is like super, super important. Maybe if you create a YouTube, if you include embedding YouTube videos, driving YouTube traffic over, it can give you a boost off the start. Yes, that's good. But also understand that it's really the SEO optimization that we're going after. We want people to be able to find your blog, your Wizard blog, on page 1 for years. For years. That's the plan.
I've spent a lot of time with SEO thought leaders that are like big on Twitter, and that, you know, they tweet something out, it goes viral basically, and they run these SEO softwares, and, you know, to pick their brain and also just to share thoughts on what we think about, you know, sort of the future of websites, SEO, etc. And, you know, it's just interesting because what you'll hear, at least from the experts that I've spoken to, who, you know, they run SEO agencies, and they've generated 7 figures in free, well, not free, but like SEO organic traffic, according to Ahrefs, for their clients. And they say roughly the timeline, 6 to 9 months for content to mature. Content maturation takes 6 to 9 months. And then roughly you're going to see most of your results 12 months later. So a year to 18 months after you post the content, and hopefully distribute it, and get, you know, you spend enough time marketing your content as well. Because at the end of the day, the way I see it is like these SEO tools, I like to start from, okay, do you have a leaky bucket? Is your website slow? Does it fail Google Core Web Vitals? Because you're just hurting yourself. If you're trying to push all this traffic and then you're failing all these metrics, and then you're also just not SEO optimized, you're kind of like, you're wasting, you know, your efforts, because it's like a multiplier if you have everything set, basically, because you're not leaving anything on the table. Now, once you figure out, you know, the website and the technical SEO, then you move on to, obviously, you need to do keyword research. You need to create content. I've heard interesting things. You don't need to create the best, absolute best content, but you do need to make content. You need to make a lot, and you need to make sure that it's SEO research, that, you know, it has volume, it has potential. But even then, you can't totally trust some of these tools, because sometimes Jamar, actually, you know, I think you mentioned where sometimes there's keywords that may not have volume today, but you could see them having volume in the near future. And I've seen that time and time again, because these tools, they're not up to date on like the latest trends that you'll see on something like TikTok or Twitter. So you have to kind of have your ear to the streets and know, you know, what's up and coming, because you can jump on it immediately. So yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and there will be a section in my course where I talk about kind of launch jacking, but launch jacking, it can kind of be trend jacking in a sense
Mhm.
where you're projecting that a trend is coming, or you're seeing the beginning of something. Like it would be like as though you created an NFT website, right? In January,
Crypto. Mhm.
right? Something crypto NFT related, because NFTs I feel like didn't really go like big until after March. From about March, and then during the summer there was kind of like a huge, that's a trend, right? I don't think
Mhm.
NFTs are not a trend. NFTs are going to be around forever. But what I'm saying is it's catching something in the beginning
Yep.
is super important. And then, like you said, planting that seed. Uh, every single blog post you put and every single article you go after a specific long tail keyword, that's planting a seed that in 3 months, 6 months, and a year, eventually, once it matures, then it can bear fruit. Right. So after a
Yep.
year, if you've got, a couple products on there that maybe you did a, best top 5 foam mattresses or something, but you are going after a specific keyword, eventually after like 6 months to a year, now you're getting 10,000 page views per month. And then that directly correlates into a certain amount of click-through rate and all of those things that you can mess around with, even after the fact, once you start getting that traffic. So you're right, you can
Yeah.
change. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to add that now that you're talking about NFTs, we have quite a few number of crypto websites I've seen being hosted on the platform. And what I love about this, again, I made a product that basically scratched my own itch. I have lots of ideas. I bought probably hundreds of domains and more than I care to, I'm kind of embarrassed how many I bought and, never really used all of them, obviously.
Yeah.
But with that said, let's say I got really excited about this niche or this hobby. Let's say it's crypto. And then let's say I wanted to start up a new site. You first buy a domain. That's easy. Okay. Costs like maybe 10, $12. Do it
Yep.
on Namecheap, GoDaddy, whatever. Easy. The hard part is if I wanted to create like even a mock website using WordPress, I mean, it's just so painful to like have to start another one from scratch again and have to re-download all the plugins that I like to use, configure all of them, choose a theme, make it slightly different from what I did from all the other ones. And like what I love about, using this product, and again, to scratch my own itch, is like if I have, I want to go after the crypto niche and I want to just get something up and running in minutes or even seconds, I can do that. I could never do that before with WordPress. And yeah, I could probably figure out a way where like I take an old affiliate website and I clone it and then I have to reconfigure some stuff. But it's like, oh my goodness, like I don't even want to deal with all that. I just want to get live like ASAP while the fire's hot, strike while the iron's hot, especially with these like trends or with these, these hot like niches and topics. Because with crypto, how many people were needed educational material on how do I set up a ledger? How do I buy
Right.
how do I buy AVAX? Stuff like that. So you
Yeah.
could have done this so fast, but if again, if I was using WordPress still, I wouldn't even get out of bed. I'd just be so demotivated. Like I'd just be like, oh,
Right.
I have to do X, Y, and Z. Oh my gosh, like forget this.
Yeah. Being able to test multiple websites really fast in different niches,
Hmm.
a wizard will allow you to do that. And I also talk about this in my course where instead of like putting all of your time and effort to learning WordPress and getting a website actually up and running, you could have already had
Yeah.
10 wizard websites with content, right?
Yeah.
And ranking for crypto, or for mattresses, or for ring lights, or whatever keyword you wanted to go after.
Yep.
You could do that and you could test it really quickly, right? You could pop up 3 websites, you know put 10 articles in each website, let it go for 2 or 3 months, look at your analytics and your Google search console, look at the data, and just be like, all right, which one's performing, which one should I put more of my time into? Right. And
Yeah.
so instead of just like days, weeks, and months into one website, you can actually test different niches and different products and stuff like that. And that's something that I'm going to be doing literally all of 2022. Not only
Hmm.
that, but running paid ads to
And speaking
Wizard
of
as well.
which, you can add a Facebook pixel or GTM pixel to your wizard site, like right out the gate. And that further, the grand vision is to like everything that you would have done that you need to get kind of set up is just efficiency. It's like trying to get to like finished result and ready for traffic, ready for paid ads, ready for that stuff. For, you know, for example, for a landing page, you'd need your Facebook pixel, GTM pixel, in my opinion. Like you'd want to have your retargeting down, you know, so that you know, you can collect the data, you can train the pixel, and you can, you know, get all that stuff. But before, to do it on other platforms, it's just kind of a pain. You need a plugin to do this. Oh, the Facebook pixel plugin on WordPress is out of date, and it's, you know, it has 3 out of 5 stars, and it's, you know, there's all these issues. Like, you know, we want something where it's like, oh, you want to integrate something, you know, your email, you literally go to the marketing tab. Oh, I see active campaign, connect your account, choose the list, you're ready to go. Like that's my dream, and I just haven't seen it that easy yet, you know, on these other platforms. And I've used dozens of website builders in the past 2 years, like just trying every single thing. Nothing is quite simple, you know, enough for my taste where, you know, even if I know how to do all the technical WordPress stuff, doesn't mean I want to spend
Right.
hours doing it. You know what I mean? Especially if we're making a second site, a third site, a fourth site, which, you know, there's times where you're gonna want to create multiple sites, whether it's for clients or for yourself. Again, I like have a million ideas, so like for me this is kind of a dream because, you know, again, if it's crypto, I can just like, if I come up with the idea or the domain now, I can connect in minutes, you know, to a live site and see it on the web and share it with people like instantly,
Yeah,
basically.
and for those of you who are interested in using Wizard later this, you know, soon and later this year, you do have a Facebook group as well, right?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
if you guys just look up Wizard on Facebook, and you guys should be able to see there. I'm sure he would love to have you inside the Wizard community because it's tight knit, it's small, but it's going to grow a lot over the year, and Odie takes your feedback. So while you guys are using the tools, if there's something that, because it is still in beta, if you guys are interested in, hey, I would really love to have this feature, I would really like to do this, just all you'll have to do is just make a post in the Wizard group, and his admins will see it. They'll forward it to him, and then they can, you know, say either yay, nay, or hey, we'll put it on the, you know, in the parking lot. We'll get to it, you know, at some point. So yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's a
wanted
big
to throw
thing.
that out there.
Yeah, I just want to double click on the feedback. And Jamar, you probably know because we've talked about what would the ideal platform look like, what kind of features are needed. And I'm telling you that we literally take that feedback, and we go, you know, we consult with our entire team and the development team, and we get this into action like immediately. There's no sort of, you know, with some of these other softwares that I've signed up for and I've been part of like the community and I've been a customer, it's like you tell them something or like, you know, an idea, you don't see that feature. Like you won't hear about it, you won't get any updates on it. Like it's probably not going to happen. There's some features on, I'm not going to name the other website platforms, but there's features that have thousands of upvotes in their literal community, like their forum, still haven't been made like 3 years later. It's like we
Right.
would never ever ever allow that. If there's something, an integration or really, you know, a feature or anything that our customers are asking for, I talk to customers every single day, and I really pride myself on like, you know, really having a pulse on things. And then I prioritize things just based on what people are asking for. So you will be heard, honestly. Like that's the
Yeah.
one thing I want to stress to everyone who's listening to this right now.
Yeah, and you've already taken my feedback over the last
Hmm.
couple of months, which has been awesome. So the last question here before we sign off, I know that you can embed YouTube videos. How about TikTok videos and other
Oh,
platforms?
Oh yeah. So right now we are being very selective about the things that we allow because we could have allowed anything to be honest, but we you know, we want to be kind of selective on what kind of media you're allowed to have. But yeah, TikTok right now I believe you can technically actually through the HTML, but we will create something. Right now you can embed tweets, you can embed YouTube videos, but we'll look into adding TikTok. It's I can just say that's easy feature to do. So we could probably do that in the near future. I'll write down just to make sure.
Yeah, and also we we don't want to add too many features, right? Because the more features you add, the more it's going to slow the page down.
Yep.
But it will be on a, hey, if there's enough demand for a particular feature, then you guys obviously will address that as it comes up. Uh, Again, thank you so much, Odi. You've spent over an hour and 14 minutes of your
Time flies.
I know of your time with us. I really, really appreciate you coming by. I think I want to say thank you to all the people on Facebook that kind of hung out, asked questions and stuff like that. I really appreciate your guys' participation. Facebook Lives can be kind of spotty. Like there's 2,000 people in my group, but only a handful, 10, 20, 30 people may kind of shuffle through. But for the people who did kind of hang out, I appreciate you guys staying. If you guys are on YouTube and watching this, if you guys could give me a like, if you're not following me, throw me a follow, comment down below. It helps get this video, this interview out to more of my particular subscribers. And then also maybe because I'm going to have Wizard in as one of the YouTube tags. So maybe somebody will capture this. We'll be able to see this interview in the future on YouTube. So
awesome.
Again, yeah, I really appreciate your time. I look forward into talking to you in the near future as I launch this beta and launch this course. I'm going to be talking to you in the next couple of weeks, and I look forward to everything and everybody having success with your software. By the way, I think everybody's going to love it.
Jamar.
I think they're going to love the simplicity of it and how quickly they're going to be able to get things up and running. I'm really excited for your software going throughout the rest of 2022 into 2023.
Thank you, Jamar. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. I really appreciate your questions and your comments and everything. I was able to see them during the live stream. And again, I just want to reiterate, you guys are so lucky. Jamar is such a great instructor and motivator and person who really breathes this stuff like, inside and out. So, with that said, I wish everyone the best of 2022. I hope you guys, reach your goals and just continue to work hard and stay focused. So thank you guys so much. Hope to catch you guys in the future, maybe in the Facebook group. But I'll be around. So, all right. Thanks everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, Odi. Yeah. Again, everybody, thanks for that, hanging out. I really appreciate it. For those of you, again, before I sign off, if you guys are interested in the beta, I know I've already spoken to a few of you guys. Just either comment down below or message me. It's a limited space. Once you guys are in, I'll be able to message you. I'm going to have a few requirements, things like, helping me out with some social proof in a couple weeks once the course gets launched, and, very simple things like that. But thank you guys for hanging out. I'll talk to a few of you guys about the beta, and I'll see you guys on the next interview and the next live. All right. Peace out.